Welcome back. We are now talking about a remarkable surgery to reconstruct a person's jaw. I'm here with one of the doctors who started the program in South Florida, Dr. Anastasyia Quimby from Good Samaritan Medical Center in West Palm Beach. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Of course. We appreciate you being here. Now, this is called the Comprehensive Reconstruction of the jaw. Who is the surgery for?
So this surgery is for those unfortunate people who had a tumor diagnosis or had some sort of trauma, or really any other issue that resulted in a loss of a segment of the jaw that involves teeth. And losing that part of yourself has a huge impact on your overall quality of life.
Of course. So how is it possible to actually take a leg bone and use it in someone's jaw?
Yeah, so we didn't really know we could do that until very recently, really. The first one of these was done in late 70s, and in late 80s was the first time that it was used to reconstruct the lower jaw. So it's really recent, and it's really been perfected quite a bit in the last couple of decades. And I think in the last 10 years is when we really moved ahead a lot with assistance of virtual surgical planning, where we use a lot of computer technology to help us fit the leg bone to replicate the jaw shape to pretty much millimeters. So it allows us to maintain appearance of the face very close to the natural appearance that the patient had before they had the diagnosis. And the reason we're able to do it is because, luckily, we have two leg bones. One of them we call weight-bearing, which is tibia, and that's the bone that kind of helps us walk and carries most of the weight of our body. And we're able to take the smaller bone that actually matches the size of the jaw pretty well, but does not really participate in carrying the weight of our body. So that's the reason why it is safe for us to do so.
What about recovery time after the surgery, and are there any potential risks?
Of course, absolutely. I think all standard surgical risks apply. Generally, it is a well-tolerated procedure. It is a tough recovery, I'd say, for the first week, just because you do have a couple of surgical sites, and all of that, of course, causes discomfort and pain, and we do take care of our patients from that standpoint. But we also spend a lot of time and invest a lot of attention into rehabilitation with physical therapy, occupational therapy. So patients do have the ability to work with the professionals who help them recover through surgery, and they do pretty well in returning to their baseline activity, I would say most of the time on average within 2 to 3 months. And we sometimes get videos of our patients getting back to their favorite things like playing tennis or going to the gym and setting personal records on how much they can squat with.
Oh, well, that's a great sight.
Absolutely.
Well, I know you brought a model here, a little show and tell. Why don't you talk to us about that?
Of course. I think it is so tough to explain something like that, because I think conceptually when you're talking about putting a leg into someone's face, it just really doesn't click so well. So the company that we work with was very kind and generous, where they made this model for us that I can talk to patients about when they come to see me, which helps them conceptually understand what we're doing. So after the segment of the jaw is removed, where the tumor was or where the trauma was or infection that wasn't treated with antibiotics, and that's the part of the jaw that's missing. So then we're using a leg bone that we reshape, and you can tell here we're really kind of matching this the shape of the jaw to make sure that it's as symmetric as we could possibly get it to. So this is our leg bone, and then we secure the leg bone to the native jaw with a metal plate that's also custom made. So everything is really made custom to the patient from the patient's scans. And once all of that is set up, we then put the dental implants, which are represented by these little columns here, and then we place the teeth, which go on. And then when the patient wakes up, they essentially wake up with their tumor removed, then their bone reconstructed, as well as their teeth back in place.
And how long does that whole procedure take?
Yeah, so we're really combining 3 surgeries in one, and it does involve 3 separate surgeons doing each of our parts together, and it's sort of like a huge, orchestra where we all work together to deliver one song. And it can take anywhere between 6 to 10 hours, really depending on what kind of problem we're dealing with to begin with.
Right. And tell us about how you started and why you decided to start a program like this here in South Florida.
Yeah, of course. I think the reason why is because the paradigm is sort of shifting on our expectations. I think before, when people were receiving a diagnosis of oral cancer, you were essentially accepting the fact that you're destined to be with a feeding tube, potentially with a breathing tube. So no one really was even thinking about the fact that you can continue to go out to a restaurant with your family. So that's a pretty devastating consequence for quality of life of a person. And then I was working closely with my colleagues who are now participating in delivering this type of surgery. Dr. Jeronimo Guzman, he's an oral surgeon in West Palm Beach, whom was referring patients to me, and we just realized that there is need in this area for this type of service. And then we got together with another head and neck microvascular surgeon, Dr. James Azzi, and three of us, we just sort of realized that there is truly need, and we can serve the community where we can bring in this, cutting edge, new type of technology that can help patients actually continue to enjoy living their life. Of course, nothing is going to be the same as how it was before a person was diagnosed with a disease or suffered the trauma, but being able to get them so close to what it felt like before is a much more happy and better alternative than having someone destined for a feeding tube and a breathing tube and such. So, and of course, none of this would be possible without having an amazing team that really put in a lot of background work behind the scenes with providing us with the necessary tools, with the necessary staff, with the necessary care. Like I mentioned, a lot of what goes into recovery is physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We have a phenomenal team of humans that we work with at the hospital. And I think because it's a sort of tight-knit community, it's wonderful to be able to know by name the person who takes care of your patient, and just being able to deliver that type of personalized, really sort of almost like boutique type of care, to where everybody knows everybody and we all talk amongst each other and we all make sure that our patients receive the best possible care and they're well taken care of.
Well, I'm sure with that personalized care, they're not only living, but they're thriving after this particular surgery.
Yeah, so one of our patients who was really not expecting much anymore, because he had history of cancer prior, then he had radiation, he suffered from severe consequences from radiation, really was just eating by feeding tube and such. We went through the surgery. A couple of months later, him and his partner went to Vegas. They got married. They had Mariah Carey singing to them.
Oh, wow.
They went to New York to see Madonna's concert. So he comes back and he tells me these stories, and those are the types of things that almost give you goosebumps, because you're like, I'm so glad he's able to really continue to enjoy doing things with his loved one. And it was because we have this amazing group of people that, are really focused on delivering this type of care to patients.
And this incredible technology
I consider myself very lucky and fortunate to be able to practice in this day and age, because we are able to do things that I don't think we could think of even a decade ago.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Dr. Quimby, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it, for sharing those stories as well.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us. On the Record, we'll be right back.